Galera, estamos de volta. Agora, Future Game Show. Não deu nem tempo de fazer nada. Daquele jeito, mas estamos aqui. A gente falou que ia cobrir as principais, vamos cobrir. Da Capcom eu não vou cobrir amanhã. Isso eu já falo. E aí, estamos aqui de volta.
Hello there, and welcome to the Future Game Show, powered by WD Black. I'm Laura Bailey, but you may know me as
Laura
Abby
Bailey,
Anderson
não
from The
faço
Last
ideia
of
quem
Us Part
seja.
2, or Kate Diaz from Gears of War.
Está valendo.
Today, though, I'll be taking a break from fighting the apocalypse to bring you a whole host of exciting game trailers, reveals, and updates. But before we get into all that, I need to get my co-host on the line. I'm sure you're going to be familiar with this
sério?
person. He's appeared
E agora ela é
in
Abby,
The Last of
do
Us,
Last of Us 2.
Uncharted, God of War. You name it, he's probably in the credits. So
Não,
without
e a
further
Abby e o
ado,
Troy
here is
Baker.
my good
É,
friend
o
and
Joel
continuing
e
host
a Abby, né?
Troy
Que vai
Baker.
apresentar. É, o Troy Baker, um monstro
You look amazing
nos
as
games.
always.
De fazer caráter de
Yes,
games.
you may know me from a few video games. Joel Miller in The Last of Us, or good old Agent Jonesy from Fortnite. But over the next hour or so, Laura and I are going to be giving you the inside scoop of some incredibly exciting games and also showcasing developer interviews, exclusive trailers, and a whole lot more, incling world premiere.
Mas vai ser 1 hora de apresentação. Pensei que ia ser menos. Quanto ia ser 40 minutos?
By following the link here. And we have a new addition to the show this year, the virtual show floor. More on that later. But
Mas tá
let's kick
suave.
things off with the
Peraí, que eu acho
first
que eu errei
world
aqui uma
premiere.
coisa.
And for that,
Tô editando a foto agora que eu não editei. É legal que colocaram eles pra fazer, né, cara? E eles são. Vou alterar lá no Twitch também, vou tendo aqui no YouTube primeiro. Mas tá em 720p, cara. Vou ver se o YouTube tá com mais resolução. Mas vou ver daqui a pouco. Deixa eu terminar de arrumar isso aqui primeiro. Cara, um joguinho interessante esse aí, né? Tô terminando de arrumar aqui. Mas é um joguinho eu achei interessantezinho.
I wonder if you can put hats on the dinosaurs. Extinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
next up, Grow, Song of the Evertree is a sandbox adventure about the healing power of nature. Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
G'day from Prideful Sloth HQ. I'm Adam.
And I'm Cheryl, and we're the design team on Grow Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Sloth's latest project that we're working on with 505 Games.
Grow Song of the Evertree is a beautiful sandbox game about growing new worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
Só ver
Grow
se
will
no
be available
YouTube
later this year on PC, PlayStation,
eles estão
Xbox, and Switch.
transmitindo com maior resolução.
Once upon a time, our lands teemed with creatures great and small. The beauty of the worlds was unrivaled.
Que meu, 720p ninguém merece, né, cara?
The people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them.
É, no YouTube tá 1080. Que tá atrasado, como sempre, né? Se não me engano, você vai estar em 1080. Vamos fechar aqui. Tá lá 1080. Pelo menos tá bem melhor. A Twitch tá 720. Cara, a musiquinha é muito boa. A musiquinha eu gostei. Me parece Pokémon. O que eles mencionaram parecia Pokémon.
Once it took hold, there was little that could be done. Our lands were overrun, and all that was cherished disappeared before us. But all was not lost. One young, brave soul stayed behind. With support from
Eu já tenho que falar que por enquanto tá melhor do que o PC Game Show. É, parece Pokémon mesmo. Você vai construir, explorar. Nossa, você tá com qualidade gráfica horrível. Cara, lá em Steam, PC, Xbox One, Grow. Ah, já tinha mencionado esse Grow já na Guerrilla Games, a Guerrilla Collector.
Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in 2021.
Okay, Laura, that was extremely cute, but have you considered more dinosaurs? Hmm?
You can't
Aí
just
vai
hide
lançar
behind
o
every
filme de
video
Jurassic
and
Park
talk
de
about
novo,
dinosaur
mas eu acho que vai ser a mesma coisa de sempre.
Life finds a way.
This is a very different world.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director at Frontier Developments. So as you may have seen earlier at the PC Game Show, we're working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it and we're looking forward to creating the most authentic Jurassic experience yet. We've got tons of new features across 4 different game modes, including our original Jurassic campaign, which is a story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're going to be leading efforts to contain, control and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the wild. You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Jeff Goldblum. And in the game we have over 75 prehistoric species. We've got new dinosaurs, we have returning community
É o
favorites,
mesmo cara falando.
and marine reptiles to the game. I'm really thrilled to be showing you a first look at footage from the game itself.
Falando
From our
de
Species
tudo.
Field Guide series of videos focusing on one of the many prehistoric species we have in the game. This is an iconic, popular dinosaur. It's the Triceratops, but we're showing you it in a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution. I hope you enjoy it and are looking forward to the game releasing later this year.
The Triceratops is one of the most
Meu,
recognizable
Triceratops não existe, tá? Já foi falado, não existe de verdade,
It is
nunca
best known
existiu.
for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow horns in particular can inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke it.
That was Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is launching in 2021 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, for this next section, we're
Isso aí, já
bringing
tá
the
tudo
joys of
arrumado.
E3 to
Vamos
your
concentrar
home
agora
with a
virtual
series of
show
demos you can
floor.
play right now. That's right, today. This is the Future Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to the Future Game Show Steam page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe Laura is waiting.
Não tem stand, cara. Eles estão fazendo um virtual
Yes,
pelo
hello
stand.
and welcome to the Future Game Show's virtual E3 show floor. Just look at it, Troy!
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know, minus the queuing and the heat and the...
É, eles estão tipo fazendo um virtual, né? Tipo, pelo evento.
But man, the darkness, perfection.
All right, enough reminiscing. Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games where you transform
Já mostrou alguns
solve
joguinhos.
puzzles in an
A demo
oversized
tá
world,
disponível agora
dodging
na
creepy crawlies and
Steam.
mischievous Roombas.
And now for another tale of paper as you shift packing boxes in the house-moving sim Get Packed Fully Loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches on a couch with your friends in couch co-op. It's going to be available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and is also backwards compatible on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Are you done saying couches?
Yes. Hey, Laura, do you want a drink?
Sure. What do you have? Wait, what's that?
Nossa, vários keys de Chernobyl Light lá.
There's Steam Early Access codes. Go, 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 go.
So about that drink.
Right.
Alguém já pausou e deve estar desesperado. Não.
Here's a genre cocktail full of co-op action RPG combat and finished with a survival twist. How does that sound, huh? Okay. I said, how's a...
I heard what you said. Tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 3 other players
Deixei passando, ainda tá 720p na Steam. Steam, na Twitch. Mas aqui pelo menos tá 1080. É com uma qualidade melhor, cara. Que aqui eu tô vendo que tá embaçado.
Oh, like the element cold. Got it.
Wow. Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here
Nossa,
and check
deixa
out
aí.
the mini
Tá com um
imaginative
delayzinho de
worlds
alguns
of the
segundos.
deck. This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the world around you in and outside of the
Cara,
simulation.
parece que todos que estão mostrando aí tá tudo disponível já. Da demo.
Backbone is a
Backbone
gorgeous
tá
adventure
na
game
Game
from Este
Pass.
set in a dystopian Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city. Plus, you're a raccoon.
Isso aí, deixa eu só ir ao toalete rapidão e já volto.
Allow me to offer you more critter-based adventures with Beacon Pines. Set inside of a magical storybook, Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
You know, I'm detecting a theme with the anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura, I've always... Huh. Another set of codes. Interesting.
Troy, focus! I've got a triple threat of fighting foxes to show you. This is Trifox, a charming cartoon brawler where you fight waves of enemies as one of 3 adaptable combat classes. Great, huh?
Yes, totally, but now it's time to get serious. Mankind is gone, but the beavers remain. Welcome to Timberborn. It's a unique city builder where players set out to create the ultimate beaver society. This involves everything from constructing dams to crafting carousels.
I guess even buck-toothed critters need a solid work-life balance.
That they do, that they do. So, what's next?
Never fear, the
Voltei.
Rift Breaker is here.
Wow.
Mostrando
What
vários
was that?
gamezinhos, né, nesse
Is
Lore.
what I would say.
Ia ser legal se eles liberassem isso aí em 3D. Em 3D não, em VR. É, e aí você chega, você clica e ele já te dá uma tela de cinema com um jogo. Ia ser da hora.
No. I want to hear more from the Rift Breaker.
Okay, maybe after this showcase we're meant to be hosting.
And with that, we've reached the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Game Show page on Steam. Now, how do we quit this? Is it a... No, that's update preference. I don't need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you.
Jogo do
Hey,
rock.
we're back. Quick note, from here on in, when you see this pop up on screen during a trailer, it means you can visit the Future Game Show page on Steam to play a demo and go hands-on with the game immediately.
Adrian!
Jogo do rock, Adrian.
Doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. It's because our next game is all about floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Check out this exclusive presentation from Steel City Interactive about eSports Boxing Club.
É um jogo de esporte de boxe. Da hora, hein, mano?
Esports Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already
Tem até
signed, we've got some of the biggest
200 lutadores, mano. E tem mulheres também. Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Jussara Chaves, o Presente, Álvares, Canelo, Tyrese Crawford. Não, será que tem o meu Eder? Seus do futuro.
But what about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESBC the greatest of all time.
That's good. There's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say, like your old granddad was in a game and busting people up. So it's going to be quite cool.
Tá bem real lá os gráficos.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreate boxes. The physics system doesn't just rely on animation. This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture.
Dá pra fazer várias coisas, como eles fizeram captura de vários lutadores. Os caras batem. Olha aí, ó, a sobrancelha destruída, ó. Você pode criar o seu jogador também, o lutador.
Esports Boxing Club coming to PC and all major consoles with early access in 2021.
Cara, que jogo interessante.
Club is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter with over 100 players taking part in epic battles recreated using aerial photography and satellite imagery. Let's take a closer look at Hell Let Loose.
Vai ter umas 100 pessoas na batalha. O BF tem 128. Guerra, né? Nunca muda, né, mano? Mas o tiro não achei real, não.
I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million.
Onde esse cara tá falando aí? Vou aproveitar e vou trocar.
2021 is only
tá pra Twitch.
I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th.
Porque a Twitch pelo menos tá mais sincronizada, tá mais na frente, né? Então dá pra você ver de boa.
Before we close out the year by bringing Hell
Let Loose. A qualidade dela tá muito ruim, mano.
Hell Let Loose has only grown due to the vibrant community
Vou parar de novo aqui.
From our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest recruits. We're excited to introduce you to this ever-evolving and expanding World War II experience. We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
Hell Let Loose.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So, Laura, have you ever wanted to play XCOM?
Vou trocar aqui.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Nossa, é de ordem, né? Vai Tower Defense de novo.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities. Take command on the battlefield using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or individual soldiers. Concentrate fire on targeted locations and carry out supply runs even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8-player co-op missions to save Mars in our name.
Não, um joguinho de horda, tá ali atirando, metralhando, normal, 4 pessoas. Eu poderia jogar com 8 jogadores. Interessante.
Purge Earth of a Mutant Invasion in Red Solstice 2's Survivors, which is coming to Steam on June 17th. Our next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town. Let's join Dylan from Gamius to learn more.
Hi, I'm Dylan from Gamius, and it's great to be here at the Future Game Show. We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss,
superior essa
takes a break
conferência,
from her
mano.
life in the big city
Meu
to
Deus,
deliver mail in her
comentários.
hometown. It's a job you can
Entendeu?
do
Só
at your
game,
own
game,
leisure.
game, não um monte de babaca falando um monte de bagunceira. Meu, a Devolver, quer dizer, é legal porque, meu, a Devolver é game palhaçada. Eles já vieram pra aqui, introduziram aqui, ó.
From the video store.
This is fun. It's been ages since I've been to the movies.
Well, they call it the movies,
É muito louco.
but of course we can only see one movie at a time.
Smart
So, which one will it be?
My pick? All right, let's see. Big Trouble in Little China?
É joguinho de entrega.
Or The
Death
Great
Strange.
Mouse Detective? All right, I'm ready to pick. The Great Mouse Detective.
Wouldn't have picked you for a Disney fan. Oh well, let's get in touch with our inner child.
We won't spoil more, and we also can't say what Meredith will do after spending 2 weeks in Providence Oaks, because it's all up to you. Lake is coming first to Xbox and PC this September 1st. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We're excited to announce that Lake is coming to Steam, Epic Game Store,
Lake.
and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st.
Engraçado que, tipo, é de entrega, mas é lago
Showcase would
e,
this
tipo,
be
tem um
without a
lago,
new
beleza, mas...
Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
In the beginning, there was dust, and from that dust, the moon was born. Eons of idleness passed, before suddenly it shattered. Great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many
São
years,
deuses.
balance endured, until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exil spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity revolted.
E até agora é só cinemática, quero ver gameplay disso aí.
The old gods, imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the citadel, at the expense of untold lives. A peace was wrought, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant Exil returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the lands. Rivers stagnated, crops failed, and the world of man began to fade. The great moon, witnessing all, wept a final shard. A shard of the purest obsidian. And thus, a glimmer of hope remains.
Este Souls. Mais Souls.
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops on the PC and all current console formats July 29th, 2021.
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from Darkflow Software to guide you through Enlisted.
Darkflow. Não estranho esse nome.
Hi there. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully our little trailer has got you interested. My name's Tom, and I'm part of the team at Darkflow Software behind our new game, Enlisted, a historical World War II shooter with some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the Squads mode, where you head into battle with a squad of AI soldiers under your control. You can instruct them most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is wiped out. This way, you're always kept right in the middle of the action. Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, against other players. At its core, Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade-style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt-action rifle to the chest will down a soldier with submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits. Aircraft restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets. So you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted is spread over
Parece mais daorinha do que aquele Berlin,
with Tunisia and many more coming soon. Each campaign features
firearms
can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of soldiers are able to equip different gear, with specialist classes
Berlim e tal, tudo em Tunísia e os outros vão vir mais tarde.
Including fobs, sandbags and
Vai dar pra você colocar também, impedir o avanço dos caras, construir, é interessante
to
sim.
keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms,
E
locations,
multiplayer,
and
né?
uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective.
Aí você usa sua mão pra mirar.
The squads feature,
Olha.
you'll never be short on targets.
E o maluco é zica, hein, mano?
Fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are
E ele
very sensitive
acabou de
and
falar
react
que
to
tudo
sound.
que tem no jogo é tudo realista da época mesmo, não tem nada de futurista e tal, tudo. Eu tenho beta teste.
Enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now
Ah, vai
on
ter
PC,
cross-platform.
PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, and currently in open beta. New content is added regularly, and no progress will be wiped upon the full release. Once you've signed up, use the code ENLISTNOW for a free bonus on us. I've been Tom, and I hope to see you all.
Enlist não, é enlist não, tipo assim, Alice não, agora né, tem a
That was
entonação.
Enlisted, which is available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Next up, we've got a bullet-time stunt shooter with fully destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
O protagonista desse aí só tem um braço, é isso? Um braço e o outro é a Samus, é isso? Esse aí vai ter o demo pra você jogar lá, muito louco. Você é a Samus e tem na outra mão sua, você usa uma arma. Matrix Games, Superhot Game, Serious Sam, Max Payne, cara, tudo junto, né? E é uma mina, uma mulher, ó. Segura.
Severed Steel is coming soon on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Okay, notepads at the ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming
os
games that
hits.
deserve your full
Eu quero ver a
attention.
da...
Here's our future hits
da
montage for
espadinha aqui.
2021.
Nossa, isso. Dice Legacy. Nossa, joga o dado e o dado constrói alguma coisa que te mata. Interessante. O tabuleiro. Guest Out Steel Cider. Vendo aqui sim. Ah, cavalo do fundo de burro. Definitivamente não se me fala. Ah, você vai assaltar isso? Uma loja de conveniência? Uma loja de conveniência, uma lanchonete? Construa um rancho. Esse é o caçador. Furry. Não, até. Acho que vai aparecer tudo.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with this next one, Omachow?
Okay. Did you know that Sega recently announced Sonic Colors Ultimate? We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that
Sonic
nobody
Colors.
has seen yet. I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Did not regret it.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden, senior producer at Sega of America. I'm excited to share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our upcoming release, Sonic
Parece que a
Colors
Lara é a
Ultimate.
voz também.
Please enjoy.
Do Tails, do Sonic lá, não sei. Cara, não consigo ver nada, cara. Meu Deus. Não mudou muita coisa. Não muda mais.
Get ready for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is racing onto PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on September 7th. Moving swiftly on, we've got a new management game from Chucklefish where you play as a powerful artificial intelligence in control of a space station. Do you want to roll the trailer, Troy?
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No, you know,
Não,
never
mas
mind.
assim que você olha o Jungle Fish.
Here is Starmancer.
Chucklefish não é do Stardew Valley, é do Stardew Valley. É interessantezinho, hein? E o jeito que aparece a parte do complexo espacial, achei muito foda. E aí tem os bichinhos que apareceram. Ah, ali, mano, interessantezinho, curti. Starmancer. Early Access, dia 5 de agosto. Ah, isso que mata, mano. Early Access, cara. Significa que o jogo vai demorar muito pra sair. Eles vão ficar no Early Access até sei lá quanto.
Laura, you know, ever since that lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever wondered about the Postal Service? Like, that there's just so much mail, you know?
Not really, no.
Okay. You're saying you don't know about Jeff and Deborah.
Who are What are you
Cara,
talking
tem
about?
correr isso aí,
I'm just gonna
depois
press
o
this button
carteiro
again and hope
te
it explains
entrega as
everything.
cartas, né?
Oh, it will. Trust me.
Kiwi is a game about two kiwi birds who work at the post office. Their names are Jeff and Deborah. I'm Joel, I'm one of the developers on Kiwi, and I'm going to show you how a Kiwi level changes over the course of the game. So in this room, you're transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so often throughout the game, but there will always be a new twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to
Nossa,
chop
eu
certain
tenho
words in
simular
half.
com carteira, é isso. Fazer as cartinhas, entregar e tal.
Jeff and Deborah are going to have to
A agência
deal
de
with all
vocês,
kinds of
né, no
hazardous
caso.
work conditions. You've got sandstorms during the summer, mayfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property.
Isso aí é bom
activity.
pra você
This is
ser
taking footage of
professor.
an actual haunting. In winter, the post office gets hit with a
Escrevendo
huge
carta,
blizzard.
cortando as
Now this
palavras,
level
precisa
becomes
aprender
about
inglês, né?
sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and keep each other from becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing telegrams, or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail.
E
It's
o
all in a day's
povo
work for Jeff and
se
Deborah.
para.
Also, you can
Cara,
dress
deve
up
ser
your
um
kiwis,
bagulho
so don't
louco,
say we never did
louco,
nothing
louco,
for you.
né? Pra você
We're releasing
jogar.
Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at
Switch,
the post
sei pra
office.
tudo.
Thanks for watching.
All right, you got me, Troy. I'm a believer. Co-op Postal Puzzler Kiwi is coming to PC and all current console platforms on August 31st, 2021.
See? Told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude. A game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
Death Run. Death Run TV. Nossa. Agora eu entendi. Tipo um Hotline Miami, só que extremamente mais rápido. Entendeu? E é uma tipo Smash TV, você fica assistindo, aí fica dando like, o cara fica subindo e tal, tá? Interessante, Run TV. Mas aí pra tudo.
That was Death Run TV, and you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Game Show page on Steam.
Okay, hazmat suits at the ready. Because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what to expect in Chernobylite.
Mówi się, że to, co designerzy sobie wymyślają, to
No,
jest pisanie
Chernobylite.
Każdy kiedyś był zakochany, pisał list miłosny, wydawało mu się, że to jest takie piękne, wspaniałe, a potem po latach znajdował te listy i mówił: Jezus Maria, co ja tu za bzdury pisałem. Zaczynaliśmy właściwie od gry, gdzie skupialiśmy się na przetrwaniu, na menedżowaniu swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się po designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć nudne. Dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki mały chat, który gracz sobie mógł modyfikować, ale był całkowicie opcjonalny. Z biegiem gry on stawał się coraz bardziej sensem gry, coraz bardziej jego sercem. Nadawaliśmy coraz większą rolę naszym towarzyszom i warto im było dać właśnie tą walkę, coraz więcej potworów, coraz więcej możliwości, coraz więcej broni. Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym, niż to się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as Xbox and PlayStation in the summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show floor, you can play Chernobylite right now. But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on GamesRadar.com.
Next up, here are our friends at Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
Product not yet rated.
Continues. Será que eu vou achar melhor? O Instance. Super Megbot. Interessantezinho. Cara, como é que tem um jogo demais, mano. Poco Life. É o que? Um Animal Crossing? Honey, I join your coat. Nossa. Eu entrei num culto. King of Seas é muito legalzinho, mano. Preciso pegar pra jogar. Sea of Thieves é melhor, entendeu? Mas a questão é a jogabilidade isométrica, assim, é legal também. Greek, Memories of Azure. Interessantezinho esse aí também. Still Red 2. Shelters 2. Interessantezinho. Nem tinha visto um mapa. Se liga no meio, embaixo da tela, tipo, Fallout Shelter. Overcooked. I will eat. 9 de agosto. Re-update. Vai trazer animais agora? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Be sure to wishlist any games that sparked your interest on our Steam page. It really does help the developer out. Or you can also head over to GamesRadar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
Hi, my name's Donut and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Ole, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about
Inclusive,
friendship
tipo,
and
uma
life on city-sized spaceships
que
stuck
marina
on
é
the
isso?
sea. It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on
Parece
Earth to
massinha
preserve the
eles
human
também.
race.
É um joguinho de
You're Harold,
massinha, cara. Isso
a
é da
young
hora.
lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship, Marot still works tirelessly to find a way to leave the planet and find a new, drier home. Of course, we don't want to spoil too much of
E
the
eles
story,
encontram uma nave, ela
let's dive
fugiu
into some gameplay details.
depois da guerra que teve.
You're able to explore a huge part of the
E eles estão
spaceship
vivendo.
right from the beginning of the game. While the professor will always have tasks waiting for you, the wonderfully weird rest of the Fedorans will keep you just as busy. It was very important for us
Pode
to know
explorar a nave no começo do jogo. Social tipo um adventure, né? Você vai ter social vida. Ah, mas o jogo eu achei impressionante. Tipo, massinha mesmo, né?
main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative, you'll run into playful interactions like repairing a broken 3D printer. Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other characters.
This is also where Harold's personal drawings are kept, as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point,
É, vai ter o microcomputador ali que te ajuda e tal, tudo.
We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world.
Os caras desenharam lá, massinha mesmo, mano. Tipo,
We're then able to use motion capturing to create lifelike animations for a huge cast of characters.
cara, tipo igual Fantasia.
With Harold's mundane day-to-day, mysterious events and a fateful encounter will soon plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed.
Cara, achei impressionante, achei sensacional, mano. Trabalho dos
We're really
caras.
excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can already wishlist the game on Steam. Thanks for watching.
Cara,
Enjoy the rest
é
of
um
the show.
jogo muito bonito, cara. E o cara fazendo tudo aquilo
Harold
ali.
Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
Happy Game. Que... Mano, isso aqui não tem nada de feliz não, mano. Isso aqui é tipo... É meio tenso. Ah, todo mundo sem cabeça ali. Os caras cabeça de coração. O cara sangrando. Não tem nada a ver quando eu vou dizer não é feliz não. Mano, what the fuck? Cara, impressionante. Isso aí eu me interessei. Eu vou pegar o dela nessa pegada aí pra jogar.
Laura, hope you're still there. Tell me you just watched the same trailer that I did.
Happy Game não tem nada disso aí não. Game feliz, não tem nada. Tem nada disso não.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that Happy Game is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021. Oh, and demo is available now if you want to.
Ah, ele não começa com as piadinhas, só mostra o jogo e já
Add
era.
a cheerful jaunt into a land of wonder. Good luck with that.
Our
Ah,
next
falta 10
game is a
minutos.
gorgeous hand-drawn
Vê se tem
puzzle
alguma bomba
platformer
no
following
final.
a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
Four brothers, bound by eternal purpose. They all broke at the same time. And a girl named Moore. She knows what must be done, When the blight first came, people began to panic.
São 4 irmãos que, ligados pelo mesmo propósito, moraram uma baleia.
Mor's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them. After all, she is the bearer of the Omni-Switch.
E ela despertou alguma coisa? Ainda parece que na hora da aventura, né? Pensando bastante no que Coraline também. Minuto na ilha. Minuto de ilhas. Nossa, tudo.
Yes, we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, and will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2. Let's throw it over to the developers, who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Techland.
Can you tell us a bit more about the video you just saw in the PC Gaming Show?
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What he's looking for, what motivates him, how he ends up in the city, and of course, what happened in the old franchise between both games. This is a bunch of important information about the DL2 story.
Okay, so we know more about the main storyline. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like, thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizens. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decision, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience? Would you say that the best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is cool about the co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you. In co-op you can walk in their shoes to experience all those differences. But really there is no just one way to play Dying Light 2. It's up to you guys.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing inside, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours.
Um evento exclusivo só pra falar disso também, cara. Então, tipo, não tem Nex ficar mostrando mais aqui.
Depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but it's also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around the simple rule, grounds is death and rooftops alive. What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of those levels.
Eu já dropei esse jogo aí, nem ligo. Release date 7 de dezembro de 2021.
Dying Light 2 is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look at Ollie Ollie World.
Ollie Ollie World.
Hi there, I'm Simon Bennett and I'm the co-CEO of BAFTA award-winning studio Roll7.
Nem a pausa ia conseguir fazer tudo isso. Esse tempo inteiro.
Right now, we're working on Ollie Ollie World, It's our stunning action platformer. You're gonna meet quirky characters on a magical road trip through Radlandia. And of course,
Todo mundo anda de
add a ton of
skate.
new skate moves into your trick bag. As a studio, we've spent over a decade on flow state games. They transport
Tipo
you into a
running, né?
state
Você
of
fica
total
fazendo até
focus
você
and
cair.
immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with Oli Oli World.
Aumentando a velocidade, ó. Segurando,
You're
ó.
probably pretty aware that you're going to slam a bunch before you
Ai,
succeed.
toma.
So for players who want it, that challenge
Ai.
is very much still there. New
Nossa.
players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line,
E aí mostra
it
toda
tastes just that much
o que
sweeter.
você fez, né?
There's just so
O
much
tipo
more
de
flow to
manobra
it.
que você
We
fez, ele
even
vai
added
mostrar também.
grabs, wall rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers busy.
Ah, 360
There's a range of
flip.
visually and mechanically distinct
Eu
areas,
sei o
all
fish.
packed to the brim with a fantastical cast of quirky characters, beautiful landscapes, cities, and of course, walking trees.
Interessantezinho, interessante.
Oli Oli World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and PC this winter. Make sure you wishlist it.
Detalhe bonito em tudo.
That was Oli Oli World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Se olha, olha, parece o Bilibili, aquele do
Next up, we've
Android.
got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron, and something tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
For centuries and longer,
Tales of
rats
Iron.
fought tirelessly to repel the incessant
Ratos contra sapos, é isso? Nossa, matou o sapo.
peace was only ever short-lived. Until finally, a young monarch rose to power.
O rei Splinter, olha lá. Splinter quebrou das místicas, na
First
verdade,
in his
parece.
name, unified the rat kingdoms under one rule, repelling Greenwort and his kind back to the putrid swamps from whence
E
they
mataram
came.
todos os sapos.
Crops prospered, families flourished.
Eu quero ver
The
gameplay.
magnificent Crimson Keep climbed ever higher toward the sky. But as time passed, King
Ele
Red's
teve
city
filho.
grew old, and the kingdom vulnerable once more. His people grew
Ele ficou
anxious,
velho e o filho vai
some
assumir.
claiming to perceive a faint
E aí
odor
aproveitaram
in
que
the
ficaram
air.
velho e vai os sapos destruir tudo de novo.
Greenwort had returned with a ferocious
E agora os
vengeance,
sapos mataram todo mundo.
amassing an
O
army
filho
of
vai buscar
unfathomable
vingança.
scale. He
Tô chutando,
burned
essa parte eu não sei.
everything in his path towards the Crimson Keep. King Rattus gazed down upon his withered claws, barely able to hold the crown. He had little hope wielding a sword. So it was decided the crown should pass to Whiskers New. Arise, young prince, for the kingdom needs a hero. And so, your tale
Tudo,
begins.
né? Tudo.
Question the reign
Mas,
of the Iron.
cadê o gameplay, mano? Preciso de gameplay, mano.
Doug. Anyway, in
Eu
Tales
queria
of
ver
Iron, which
gameplay
is
pra
coming
saber
to
como é que
PC
é essa
and all
pegadinha,
current
né?
console platforms.
Parece ser interessante, mas sem
Our
gameplay.
next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal
Movie
director
Games.
David Jaffe, who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe.
Ele tá com vodka na mão?
Twisted Metal, a bunch of PlayStation stuff. These days, I'm doing some new stuff with movie games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platij Image, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. They worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game, the biggest game we've ever done, by the way, that's all about crime and mob and mafia and different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today, settle in, babies. These are the brand new games coming very soon from Movie Games. Lust from Beyond. Man, this is one of the coolest games I've played in the last
David
year.
Jaffe,
What
David
turned
Jaffe.
me on to movie games in the
Acho
first
que o
place?
God of War
What you're looking
foi
at is
ele
an
que filmou o God
in-rated,
of War, não foi?
console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's a first-person action adventure
Oh, Lust é
game
dele?
of crafty and horror with weird freaking eroticism. I I love this game, Lust from Beyond. Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. It lets you step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got, the first responders. This game is my childhood fantasy come to life. This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3. Have great future games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon.
Ele tá bebaço.
Oh my god.
Porque o Jeff está bebendo de novo.
Thanks to David Jaffe. And check out GamesRadar.com for more about movie games' upcoming titles.
This next presentation comes from the folks at Este Games, the makers of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming projects.
What the hell? Eu joguei direitinhos. E com gráficos do passado. Olha por cada aí de guarda-chuva, vai segurando. Shadowverse, esse eu não sei o que é não. De cartinha, ó. É tipo o Hearthstone. Faço nem ideia que seja isso. Ah, já sei. Isso aí é Harvest Moon. A galera que criou a Story of Season virou. Não é a empresa que foi Harvest Moon, entendeu? A empresa, é o jogo, é a empresa que fez Harvest Moon. Aí eles não podem usar o nome Harvest Moon porque ficou com a Natsumi e eles usam Story of Season. Isso aí é Stardew Valley. Não, mentira. É... Manufacturer Special. Isso vai sair o 1, 2, 5. E o Manufacturer é Harvest com magia. Porque é o quê? O Story Season é o nome japonês. Só que Story Season tem alguma coisa no ocidente que não pode. Então eles lançaram como Harvest Moon, entendeu?
Find out more about Xseed's lineup on GamesRadar.com.
This next game is a hack-and-slash RPG with twin-stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Batora, Lost Haven.
Agora ficou interessante, hein? Parece um Diablo. Batora, Lost Heaven.
Batora Lost Haven is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms, and you can sign up to play the closed alpha when it launches on July 21st now.
Let's slow things down a bit with a look at the next game from the creators of 2 Point Hospital.
Oh wait, I think I saw something about this a few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to
Vamos
tell you all
fazer
about
confeiteiro,
it. Give you a
vamos
first
confeiteiro
look
aí.
at gameplay.
Introducing 2 Point.
Ah, o 2 Point isso, Camps. Agora que eu me liguei, 2 Point Camps. Já passou já também, né? Já foi anunciado.
Campus and the idea of running a university or a college was something we just kept coming back to. It's a really rich topic. So people who haven't probably heard of 2 Point Studios may think, oh, schools, that's really dull. Well, hospitals, if you've seen our previous game, isn't about healthcare really. It's a wrapper, you know, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to real world of medical healthcare.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital and...
Eles estão falando do 2 Point normal, e tal, que é diferente. Então, cara, foi o que eu falei aonde? Foi isso aí na Summer Game Fashion. Summer Game Fashion, eu falei disso aí. Cara, isso aí pro brasileiro vira, mas não é o que o brasileiro procura, porque não tem, a gente não tem esse tipo de mentalidade que tem o americano, entendeu? Você chegar e ter o campus, viver lá no campus, né, com a escola, estudar lá, morar lá, a gente não tem essa pegada.
The difference between 2 Point Hospital and campus is that we're spending a much longer period with our students. What we wanted to do with campus is make you care about your university. You know, the idea of these interesting and different courses are going to attract interesting and different students. So there's a night school, horrible pun, but night school, you got it.
É tipo Sin cara.
Knights of the realm. So it won't be stuffy, normal, boring stuff that made you go to sleep at school. It's going to be really cool, interesting stuff.
2 Point Campus.
That was 2 Point Campus, which is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms.
Our next game is in early development, but it already has a very cool codename, which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all about Project Ferocious.
Hello, my name is Leo, and I'm the developer of Project Ferocious, an action-adventure game set on a mysterious tropical island. Some of you might know me from Twitter as Omniok, where I post about the game and development and tech and stuff. And if not, I've been doing game dev for about 12 years with a big passion, and I've been working on this project for about 2 years. It's the first project of mine I decided to show to
O cara, tipo, penetrando, tipo, olhando a gente fixamente. Ele tá olhando pro papel, tá olhando pra cá. Você viu como ele virou ali, você viu? É o primeiro projeto dele, vamos ver. Tá da hora, olha. Mano, esse projeto será que é só dele ou do estúdio dele, mano? Mas é toda hora. Dinossauro, mato. Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis. Ai, tubarão se fudeu. Project Ferocious. 2023.
Project Ferocious is targeting a 2023 release date and coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Our next world premiere asks, what if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super Meat Boy?
Doom Guy, Super Meat Boy? Entendi.
This next game wants to answer that question for some reason.
Isso não vai ficar assim bêbado. É meu. Dele power. Nossa, frenético. Warcry Challenge. Pra que Far Cry? Nós fazemos o Warcry.
Warcry challenges when it stops defying gravity and launches, drops on PC this summer.
Up next, we've got another world premiere. Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
World premiere, vamos aí.
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954.
Parece que ele aquele desenho antigo, tá ligado?
As a private investigator, but nothing so close to home as the abduction of Charlotte May. There are some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go.
Eles têm que capturar assassinos, é isso?
It's the idea of saving that little girl.
E você tá cuidando da vida dos outros, é isso?
My own daughter, Catherine, is on the case. She has the same look in her eye that I used to have. There'll be no stopping her.
Não, o tiozinho tá espionando, vê merda e aí fala pra polícia. Em resumo, é isso.
I wish I could say that I have the faintest clue where to begin. There's a lot I wish I could say.
Que ele sumiu. Ele tá pesquisando isso. Quem pegou a filha dele.
Sometimes it takes a nightmare to wake a place like Dahlia View.
Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View.
I am in. That was Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View from White Paper Games, and you can dig into the mystery yourself when it lands on PC and all current console platforms, autumn 2021.
And with that, we're at the end of this year's Future Game Show.
Whoa, hold on. Surely this can't be the end. I mean, it's an E3 showcase.
Nope, sorry, Troy, that's it. Just kidding.
I knew it. All right, let's see it.
World Premiere, vamos ver. É o último jogo, hein? Marissa Marcel was film star. She made tough moves. Os seus filmes nunca saiu e Marisa desapareceu. Seu Robert, caralho. Immortality.
My name is Marissa Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
And that really is all we have time for. Be sure to head to GamesRadar.com for more coverage and updates on all the games you've seen today and more.
I'm really excited about that Sam Barlow reveal. Yes, and thanks to our headline partners, WD Black, and of course, all of our many talented developers and industry partners that have made all of this possible.
And of course, for everyone tuning in at home.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lineup, and mark your diaries because the Future Game Show will be returning in August.
I'm Laura Bailey.
And I'm Troy Baker.
And this has been the Future Game Show 2021.
E acabou, galera. É isso aí. Isso aí, o futuro dos games. Lembra que quando passou o Sonic, tava lá o Sonic segurando o controle do Xbox. Né? Tem coisa aí. Tá na hora já de anunciar isso aí, mano. Cara, esse é o que eu preciso ver. Cara, destruiu o PC Game Show, mano. Destruiu o PC Game Show. Esquece o PC Game Show. Muito bom, muito bom. Muito bom e, mano, o WD é um dos melhores HDs, cara, que existe. Isso eu não tenho nem que discordar, mano. Não é propaganda nem nada, mas é um uso. Eu sei. É um HD monstro. HD monstro, cara. E pra quem não sabe, a WD comprou a SanDisk. Então a SanDisk é da WD. Tá? E é isso aí, galera. Acabou. Obrigado por assistir, como tá falando na tela agora. E nos vemos na terça-feira, né? Com a Nintendo. Beleza? Então valeu, aquele abraço. Boa noite a todos. Se inscrevam, deixem um like, compartilhem. Eu agradeço. Falou. Kenny Griffin